What's up everybody, Weston here with The Hidden Given, back with another daily deck tech video. And today we have another viewer request, and this one is from the Ninja Turtles set. So who do we have today? We have April O'Neil, and I'm gonna just absolutely slaughter this word, Kunoichi? Kunoichi? Please let me know if it's Kunoichi or Kunoichi? I'm sorry, I don't know. Trainee viewer request here. So let's get into it. So who's April O'Neil? She is a mono white commander. She's a 2/2 for 2, and when she enters, you scry 2. And then she can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. So there's a few different ways that you could take this commander. You could go blink, you could go punchy, but you know, she's kicking the bejesus out of that mannequin on there. So we're gonna go the punchy route today. So how are we gonna do that? Well, we got ourselves a $200 deck, and let's get right into it. We have Adalbert Steiner. I almost said Albert, and I probably would have been slaughtered by the Final Fantasy fans. He's a 2/1 for 2, who looks kind of goofy, to be honest with you. He's got lifelink, and Adalbert Steiner gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. So we're going to suit up our April and a few of our other creatures, and we're going to just go in there and blast. We have Aegis of the Gods, which is you have hexproof. We have Azorius Arrestor, so when it enters the battlefield, detain target creature and opponent controls. Detain is a really old mechanic from the second time that we visited Ravnica, which until your next turn, that creature can't attack or block and its abilities can't be activated. I actually really like Detain, and I wish it would come back someday because I'm a big control and stacks player. We have Delney Streetwise Lookout. Creatures you control power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures power 3 or greater, and if an ability would trigger on a creature you control with power 2 or less, that ability triggers an additional time. Here's the deal. This card is $42 and needs about 57 million reprints sometime soon. You can always drop this card. Now what gets awkward is we kind of nombo a little bit in this deck because April, when she's like this, she's fine. But when we pump her up, it's not going to help us with the Delney. We have Elish Norn, so all of our triggers for things entering the battlefield trigger twice. Opponents don't trigger. God Eternal Oketra. Double strike, and whenever you cast a creature spell with you create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token, and when it dies, you put it in or into exile. You put it into your library third from the top. You may, you don't have to. We have Gold Myrrh, add a White Knight Orchid. First strike 2/2 for 2 lets you fetch a plains, not just a basic plains. So if you're running a this is good for multicolored decks too. It lets you fetch that if you have fewer lands than an opponent. We have Leonardo, Cutting Edge. He has Sneak, so it's like ninjutsu. You can cast him for 1 white. If you also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during your declare blocker step, he enters tapped and attacking. He has lifelink, and whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on it. Luminous Broodmoth, so whenever a creature you control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control with a flying counter on it, so then they get to fly. I need to get the Godzilla version of this card. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Pure Steel Paladin, we all know who this is. Whenever an equipment you control enters, draw a card. And Metalcraft, which is 3 or more artifacts. Equipment you control have equip 0 as long as you control those 3 or more artifacts. The Sad Robot to fetch us a land and then draws a card when he dies. Soul Warden to gain us 1 life when you know, a creature enters. We have Splinter and Leo, father and son. When they enter, choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. Target player creates a 2/2 red mutant creature token and put a 1/1 counter on each other creature target player controls. Give someone else the red mutant and you get all the 1/1s. Do not give your opponent the 1/1s and get yourself dead. We have ourselves Ultramarines Honor Guard, which is squad 2, so you can pay that squad cost any number of times to make extra copies. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Weathered Wayfarer, he's catch-up ramp. Search your library for a land, reveal it, put it into your hand, activate only if an opponent controls more lands than you. For sorceries, we do have Avatar's Wrath. Choose up to one target creature, then airbend all other creatures. Till your next turn, your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hand, and then you exile Avatar's Wrath. We have Damning Verdict, which is destroy all creatures with no counters on them. We have United Front, which is create X 1/1 white ally creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. I actually really love this card. I think that this card is underrated for the amount of 1/1 counters you get. I don't see it like popping up at all in popularity anywhere. So play this card. It's pretty good. And then we have Wrath of God, which is Wrath of God. We have Instants in Airbending Lesson, so you can airbend a non-land permanent. This is a way to protect your stuff as well as deal with somebody else's stuff. We have Condemn, send something to the bottom of their library. Continue, this card is very good. You get a couple of these cards, get the, it comes in the precon. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn, return them to the battlefield. It is so good, and I know people don't like the Ninja Turtle set, however, you cannot ignore good cards. If you really want a card that's going to help you with recursion and stabilize from wrath effects, this card is very close to being a best-in-class card. We have Generous Gift, Path to Exile, Stroke of Midnight, and Swords to Plowshares for some removal. We have God's Willing, which gains protection. We have Shelter, target creature you control gains protection. And you also get to draw a card. Rootbound Defenses, Populate, and you get Indestructible. This Populate actually is useful for things like Grand Crescendo or our United Front and some of our other tokens. Protection Magic, put a shield counter on up to 3 target creatures. And Turtles Forever, which is search your library and or outside the game. You can only do the library in Commander for exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names. Then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them and put the chosen cards into your hand and then shuffle the rest into your library. This is a good way to set yourself up. Getting a lot of these good legendary redundant creatures, getting them into your hand. We have Arcane Signet, we have Basilisk Collar. For equipment, we have Basilisk Collar, Gold Vein Pick, gets you a treasure. Hero's Blade, +3/+2, and whenever a legendary creature you control enters, you may attach this equipment to it. Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots for protection. Trailblazers to give non-basic land walk. We have Vorak Battle Horns, which is a creature, has trample, and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Paladin Arms, Job Select, equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has Ward 1 and is a knight in addition to its other types. Then for other artifacts, we do have our Mana Rocks in Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, and Bender's Water Skin. And then we have Coin of Mastery. Each creature you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each mana from an artifact spent to cast this spell. We can create treasures in this deck via Gold Vein Pickaxe, the Coin of Mastery, and a few of the cards up above. For enchantments, we have All That Glitters, +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment. Armored Ascension, we have, and it gets +1/+1 for each planes. A Tale of Ages, +2/+2. Enchanted creatures you control get +2/+2. Cathar's Crusade, which I myself do not play Cathar's Crusade in more than, I think I only have it in 2 decks because I hate keeping track of that many die. We have Endless Foot Assault, good old Tarantino right here. Tarantino's favorite card. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. We have Flaming Fist, so commanders you have, whenever this creature attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. Oh my goodness. Inviolable. Oh my. It's a card. It's a card that starts with I that my brain can't function at midnight here. Inviolability. It is a enchantment for 2 with spooky dudes in the back, and it says prevent all damage that would be dealt to the enchanted creature. Lifelink gives a creature lifelink. Who would have thought? Light of Promise, enchanted creature has 1 you gain life, put that many 1/1 counters on it. Rune of Sustenance. You can enchant either a creature or you can enchant an equipment. When it enters, you draw a card. As long as the enchanted permanent is a creature, it gains lifelink. As long as the enchanted permanent is an equipment, the equipped creature gains lifelink. We have Sheltered by Ghosts. Ooh. Enchanted creature you control. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0, has lifelink, and ward 2. Skrelv's Hives make some tokens. We have Squire's Devotion. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and lifelink. And when it enters the battlefield, create a little lifelinking vampire. We have Twin Blade Blessing. Flash. Enchanted creature is double strike, and then with great power, +2/+2 for each RN equipment attached to it, and all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the enchanted creature instead. For lands, we are running Adagia, which is a planet. When you get it finally crewed, you can tap it, and create a token that's a copy of target artifact or enchantment, except that is legendary. Activate as sorcery. Kessel Ardenvale makes some tokens. Hall of Heliod's Generosity brings back some of our enchantments. Secret Tunnel and Rogue's Passage are here to make it so your stuff cannot be blocked. And then War Room lets you draw some cards. And then we got a whole bunch of planes. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know, honestly, for as much ambivalence as a lot of the Turtles cards seem to have gotten in this set, I actually don't mind it too much. I know, please don't tar and feather me, friends. I think a lot of the cards are interesting mechanically and do some cool things. And I can, you know, detach myself from an IP that I wasn't excited for to say that I actually do enjoy some of the Turtle cards. Like, I'm going to be putting the Mutagen Man into a deck. By the way, thank you to my friend Mitch for giving me this Mutagen Man. It's super awesome. But let me know what you think of this deck in the comments down below. If you think I'm doing a good job, feel free to subscribe, but only if you feel I've earned it. And as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I will be back with another viewer request deck tech video tomorrow. And it's going to be a doozy, and you're going to have to tell me if I did it right, because it is Kefka, but I was asked to make Kefka fun, and I don't know what other people's definition of fun is, but I think I failed, friends, so we'll see. See you tomorrow.